When I began researching this topic, I wanted to discover if the different demographics are affected differently by reality television. When I completed Assessment 2, I did worry my question would be too broad. In addition, I found that resources were challenging to find in regards to the effects reality television has on different demographics. Source 1. Source 1 was a questionnaire sent to American youth testing how they responded to reality television in regards to how materialistic, narcissistic, and entitled they were or became. The article did not go into too much detail about how exactly they measured these three factors. They explained how they did it, for example, a survey with questions. However, it would have been interesting to see the actual questions the adolescents were asked to see if they were already materialistic, narcissistic, and entitled, or if they only became this way after watching reality television programs. The study did end up concluding that adolescents were influenced by reality television, and this is supported by other studies, although the validity of Source 1 is questionable. Source 2. Source 2 was also a questionnaire. Technically, this source is more reliable as it was sent to 301 Italian adolescents aged between 11 and 19, of an equal distribution of age and gender. Although the study found adolescents to be affected, the authors noted that the statistical accuracy of the tests, however, could not narrow down specific reasons for emerging issues in the adolescents. Further reasons were suggested to explain why adolescent girls were affected to a higher extent than the boys. The article did not explicitly list the questions they asked, so it is difficult to know the extent at which these 301 children were affected. For example, how many were still affected but not enough to be included in the final outcome. I think a further study should follow up this study to examine the differences between the adolescent male and female minds to see how and why they react to certain stimuli. Source 3. The third article was better in its approach and information. It provided evidence of a list of reality television programs that was given to the subjects to see how many of which type of program was watched. For example, more traditional or more reality-based programs. This article found adults less susceptible to the effects of this type of reality television. After looking into the adolescent sources, I put two and two together and really just assumed that adolescents were affected more than adults when it comes to reality television, rather than examining a source that directly compares them in the same test. The article itself only proves that people watch television, not even specifically reality television, and it does not provide insight into how it affects people and why. Source 4. The final source I used in the report was not at all helpful, but I included it as I was struggling to locate another source relating to reality television. The study was helpful in establishing a link between television viewing times and sedentary lifestyle behaviours. However, it made no connection to reality television. Personally, I see this to be a missed opportunity as reality weight loss programs or fitness programs might influence sedentary behaviours positively and encourage people to complete some physical activity. In my opinion, these types of programs can influence people as viewers follow the entire weight loss journey. They see the beginning and then the final product. This in itself can be motivating, potentially provoking, and if they can do it, why can't I type of attitude. The study really only looked into viewing times, asking subjects how often and for how long they watched television programs. They did not provide much detail other than this. For example, if what they're watching is educational or for entertainment. When it comes to this report, it would have been more effective for me to examine one specific reality television type, for example, only food programs like My Kitchen Rules or programs like Geordie Shore or Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I do think it is important to look at other people from other countries. However, this report was short and I could only find limited sources dedicated to the specific topic I was looking at, so it seems a little confusing as to why I would choose them. The simple answer is that I wanted to look at a world view but couldn't really, as I couldn't find enough or any sources.